Making some pretty good progress. He still has lots to learn. Okay, so now we're going to work on stay, off, sit. Okay, so when possible, when you know Grizz is going to be jumping up a lot, like when company comes over or if you're just coming home from work, it helps to have him on a leash. You notice that when he jumped up, I said off and I gave him a little tug. That's how I'm teaching him to associate the word off with a consequence of some sort, okay? It doesn't always have to be a tug, but it might just be, I'm not gonna give you attention or I'm not gonna give you a treat. If I don't have a leash on him, oftentimes I just turn my back and completely ignore him, and he hates that, and so he gets down. It is important when you use off or no or quiet. Those are kind of the three negative words we're teaching him. Whenever you use those words, you want to follow them with another command. So I gave him a tug, and then I asked him to sit so I could reward him for an alternative behavior that I want him to do instead of jumping up. Good boy. Okay, ready? Yes. Grace, come, place. Good boy, good place. Sit. Good boy. Stay. Okay, so place is the command I'm using to mean get onto this object and stay there. The stay should be implied, but I am also telling him stay to help him remember to stay, basically. Whenever I work on stay behaviors, especially in the beginning, when you first get Grizz home, it's important that you communicate you want him to stay as clearly as possible. So whenever I put him in a stay, even though I want him to eventually understand that anytime you sit or place, you're expected to stay in that position until released, I still want to turn and face him. No. Come. Place. Good boy. Sit. Good. Stay. So I still want to turn and face him when I put him in a stay. You notice that I directly face the dog. That's because I want to make sure that he clearly looks up at me and understands I want him to stay there. I usually give him a hand signal in the early stages. Eventually you won't have to do that. Good stay. And then you can walk away. Now, you notice that he broke earlier. Whenever Grizz moves from a sit or a place, it's important that you always put him back in the original position and as quickly as possible. You notice I'm I'm pretty quick and assertive when he moves, and that's important with Grizz, okay? As soon as his butt pops up, I'm telling him no, that's a negative marker, and we're going to go over this in detail in your lessons. But no means try something else. You're not going to get a reward for that behavior. And I give him a little bit of a tug on the leash. That means sit to him. Pressure upwards means sit. It's a way I'm helping him figure out what I want from him. As soon as he sits, I release the pressure on the leash. And I was rewarding him. I'm no longer doing that anymore because Grizz will start to mess up on purpose. So now I just tell him, good boy. Grizz. Yeah, he was thinking about, no. Place. Good boy. Sit. Good. You could tell he was thinking about moving there, and then I thought he made the right decision, but he really didn't. Good boy. Good boy. Good stay. Stays hard, stop. Good boy. Yes. Good boy, Grizz. Okay, so let's bring in a distraction. Stay is one thing. Stay with the distraction is another thing. Grizz, come. Come on, place. Good. Sit. Good. Yes. I don't want to be too bored. Come. Grizz, come. Good. Place. Sit. No, sit. Good. Stay. You notice I say no when he kind of put his butt up, and he sat it back down, and I praised him. Stay, Grizz. Camus, come. Stay, Grizz. Good boy. Stay. This is It's really hard for him. Can't. Good. Sit. Good. Down. Good. Yes. Good boy, Grizz. So it looks like I'm working my dog, but I'm really using her as a distraction for him. No, Grizz. Sit. Stay. He needs to be able to understand when I'm talking to him and when I'm talking to someone else. Sit. And he can tell because I'm facing my dog. I'm obviously saying her name before any commands. And I'm periodically reminding him to stay and rewarding him for staying. Good girl. Will you wave? Good. Come on. Yes. Good girl. All right, that's very good job for Grizz. Grizz, yes. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. Good. Yes. Sit. Good. Candace. Sit. Good. Stay. Grizz. Stay while I turn off the camera. Stay. No. And the white masters stay on the floor yet, which is a lot harder than stay on a bed. Come here. Sit. Stay. And again, you notice I put him in almost the same spot. Good boy.